Hi everybody, and happy month of Sivan, month of Gemini. We know that, as I say, last month I was concerned a little bit about the month of Taurus. Usually the month of Taurus from the Omer point of view is one of the best things that can happen if you are a Kabbalist. But because of the planet start to go into retrograde, 6 of them together, or 5 or 6, doesn't make it always easy. The good news that in the after around the full moon of Gemini, things should be slowed down a little bit and hectic will go away. And hopefully at the end of the month of Gemini, things will be a little bit better. So first I want to talk to you about that before we even go to the study of what to tap into, what we should expect. And I'm sure you have a lot of questions, a lot of worry about the future. And to remind you, I mean, in the end of the day, we are part of creation and we can create a reality from our point of view, but we cannot create a reality for everybody. And a lot of time, we're pushing ourselves in a way that we are blaming the universe for whatever the universe is, or blaming the situation, or whatever we blame or whatever we don't. The situation will stay the same. Our experience of the situation might change based on our point of view. So whatever we use victimization as a way to behave, or whatever we take a leadership or responsibility, it's still the same. A lot of time people take responsibility and expect things to go different, or people take a leadership and expect things to go way better than they wanted, that there is in that moment. And a lot of time we end up in a situation where it's the same. So what changed? And for that reason, we need to learn, especially in the month of Gemini, and the reason we call it the month of Gemini, I mean, in Hebrew it's called Te'omim, or Tomim. Te'omim comes from the word twin. We don't call it Gemini, we call it twin in Hebrew. Te'omim, twin. And the reason that this month is a reflection of what's going on inside of us, so be careful a little bit, because if inside of you see things are good, the reflection will be good. So please, try, make an effort in the next 30 days. If you're judgmental, I know it's very difficult because when you're judgmental, you can run into a situation where you find what's wrong, and because you think it's wrong, that wrong thing reflect on your life and make it wrong all the way. So I want to start with that because we are running into a time, things will be more open. Nobody can stop Gemini, nobody can stop this sign, nobody can stop the month of Sivan. It's a month that has within it the most amount of light that there is. I mean, the Torah was giving in this month, so you couldn't ask for more blessing than this month. But saying that the light is coming in full capacity, I need to find a way to hold that light. So for example, before, those of you who study a little bit spirituality or Kabbalah, before something gets revealed, it has to be concealed. Everything that needs to be revealed has to be concealed. For example, if I want to reveal the tree, fruit, flowers, leaves, branches, I need first to conceal the seed, to conceal the roots. Once I conceal the roots, then there is room for growth. What does that mean? What is the meaning for me and you? A lot of time, there is concealment of your success, concealment of your achievement. It cannot be revealed. Why is it not revealed? Because not revealing it create lack. You're missing something. When you're missing something, you raise the desire. When you raise the desire, you bring something into full manifestation, full fruition, which we all want to do it with our business, with our love life, with our health. But first, things has to go dark before it's go light. First things has to go from potential to actual. In this month, we have the potential and actual are close to one another. It depends on us what we're going to do. So, if you react to a certain negative news or things that not working, and when I say react can go good or bad. You know, when you react good, it's wonderful, but that's been the good control you. When you react bad, that's when you react to bad news, that's when the bad controlling you. So of course, I mean, the ultimate level, we can never get there. Where if you are a human being, if you are a robot, you can get there. But as a human being, you want to get to the middle. You want to get to the middle, you know, don't get too excited with the happy news. Don't get too depressed with the bad news. But don't become a robot. Don't lose your feeling, because if you lose your emotions, then you're not experiencing what you meant to experience. For that reason, you know, in Kabbalah and spirituality, one of the main things to work on is the mind, the communication, the words, and the acting. And the mind, which is the consciousness, has to do with our brain. The talking has to do with the bottom of our face, which is the lips, how we talk. And the third level, which is the action, is the hand, is what we do with our life. What do we do? So those are the three levels of behavior that the person needs to take and see how reactive I am versus how creative I am. You know, I want to create a situation, not to be react to a situation. So this month has all the solution. But what are you coming with? What are you coming with? What effort you're making? You know, are you going to wake up every morning before sunrise to connect to meditate? We know that whoever meditate before sunrise get benefit for it. So let's say sunrise is around 5 a.m. You got to wake up before. When you wake up before, you tap into that level that all the light for the month belong to you. Why sunrise? Because the sun represents fulfillment. The night represents, it's dark, there's no light, so it represents what you're missing, the cup, the vessel. So between the vessel to the fulfillment of light, there is that moment, and it's called sunrise. And when you get to the sunrise, specifically in this month of Gemini, you have the opportunity to shift from dark to light, every area of your life. For that reason, you know, a lot of Kabbalists wake up early morning, specifically on Shavuot, because that's controlled the entire year. That one morning can control what kind of health you're going to have, how much money you're going to have, how's your love life going to look like. Everything depends on that morning. I think it's falling on Friday morning. So for that reason, millions of people all over the world will wake up in this Friday morning. And so they don't go to sleep, which is the best. I mean, the Kabbalists don't go to sleep and they get ready for that morning, meaning they carry the whole night awake. What does the night represent? All the misery, all the suffering, all the pain that they have in their life. They say, we're going to fight the night by staying awake. And when the morning comes, then I'm going to wake up the morning. The morning is not going to wake me up. For that reason, whoever do that, of course, that's the ultimate. But some people have difficult time to do it. They got to work, you got to make a living, and all this and that. But whoever at least wake up a little bit before the morning time, and Friday specifically, and pray and meditate and connect, of course, that's the ultimate. Then you get all the light that you need, not just for that morning, you get it for the whole year. So when I say all year, I mean till Rosh Hashanah, meaning for 4 months. Some Kabbalists say for the whole year. So, but anyway, we understand it's an important night, Friday morning. So let's get back to Gemini, because that's what I'm here to talk to you about. I don't want to make this lecture too complicated. It's supposed to be light, 25 minutes long, hopefully meditation in the end. And then I can let you go enjoy, if you live in LA, the beautiful Sunday outside. It's really, really nice. Sunshine. Just be careful, please wear the mask. And with your nose, your mouth, your eyes, wear some glasses, sunglasses, even if you don't need. Protect yourself, and protect others. It's for the sake of sharing, for the sake of yourself. Just protect yourself, okay? So before we go there. So, how does it go? So the letters that control this month, that will appear later on the lecture, is the letter Resh and Zayin. Resh and Zayin, if you put them together, is Raz. Raz means secret. The sequence of the name of God is Yud Vav KK, which is, when you study with me the 4 phases of Talmud Asar Sfirot, the Sfirot, you understand that Yud Vav represent male consciousness, and A and A, Binah v'Malchut, represent female. So in this month, the male come before the female. I don't know, somebody's calling me. Maybe they try to get on our Zoom. So I don't know what they want. So somebody was calling, so I want to make sure they're okay. So the idea is that you have the male and the female, so those two forces are together, are united in a different way. Normally the name of God is Yud Ke Vav Ke, Tetragrammaton. Yud, K, and Vav and K. So you don't have it as the normal frequency and sequence. It's come first the male, then the female. Normally it's come the Yud, then the A, then the Vav, then the A. That's how it comes. But in this time, we have Yud and Vav, and then the A and A. First the male, then the female, which giving you energy. That means the light is coming in full capacity, and you have to create A and A. You have to create the vessel to receive that. So does that mean all the money is available this month? All the health is available this month? All what you ever wish for available? You want to start a diet? You can start that right now. Everything that you're going to touch will work out amazing for the rest of your life. But it requires effort, which means, let's say if we're talking from in a gym language, and you go on a bicycle, let's say for 20 minutes, you're going to go 40. Everything has to have extra mile. You don't wake up in the morning to meditate, wake up in the morning to meditate. Everything has to be initiating more and more energy so you can receive that light. So you have to make a certain act to take care of it. Now, from the Bible point of view, this month is the third month. Every time we use the number 3 in spirituality, in Kabbalah, we understand that we're talking about balance. Because the first month, according to the Bible, is Aries. It's called right column, giving. That's why Aries love to give, like the generous. Even they do it a lot of time for themselves, which is okay. I mean, that's the baby ego, which what make Aries so unique. Aries is so much fun to be next to them, but it's a lot of ego involved, but a baby ego, not like Leo, which is more mature ego, or Sagittarius, which is more, I don't want to say dirty ego, but more ego that nobody see, which is Sagittarius, which is the worst ego. But Leo ego, they see, but it's a king ego. Aries ego is the baby ego, like show off a little bit, but they're so sweet because they love to share. So Aries is the right column. Taurus is the left column. Taurus is the left column. That's Taurus, left column, like Scorpio, like Aquarius. Okay, there is a left column sign. Left column sign, it's very intense sign. So Leo, Taurus, Aquarius and Scorpio are called the left column sign, but at the same time, the very powerful sign. But the left column, there is judgment there. There's a lot of judgment. Then you have the center column people, which we talk only about this month, Gemini. So Gemini is a very powerful month, like Virgo, Gemini. Gemini controlled by the planet called Mercury. Mercury, in Hebrew, called Kochav. Kochav, if you break it to 2, is Kavav and Kavbet. Kavav is the name of God, 26, Tetragrammaton. Kavbet is the 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet. What does that mean? What is the Hebrew alphabet? What is the Hebrew alphabet? What is the letters? It has to do with anything. In a deeper explanation, which I'm not going to go deep enough for that, as the Tikkun HaZohar explained, as the Talmud Sfirot explained, when the light basically want to share itself, its full capacity of light, the light was so strong that it can burn everything. So you have to go through filters. Those filters called the Hebrew letters. Those are the filters. So when it's written in the Zohar that God used the Hebrew letter to create the physical universe, it doesn't mean just the Hebrew letter. The Hebrew were the filter. So whoever knows the secret combination of those letters know how to open any window they want. Of course, those secret combinations are not revealed to every human being, and they exist. With the time, we will learn them. But to understand only through the Hebrew letters, you can actually penetrate. What about if you speak Chinese and English? It's nice, it's a good communication, but to communicate with something not physical, something esoteric, something above, you must know the Hebrew letters. There is no other way to penetrate that existence. And of course, once you know the Hebrew letters, you have to know how to use it with angels, how to use it with different forces. But this is the combination to open that lock that elevate you. For that reason, I tell you in the beginning, the combination is Resh and Zayin for this month, opening the planet Mercury and opening the time of Gemini. And when I say that the word Mercury is called Kochav, is Yud Ke Vav Ke, Tetragrammaton, 22 letters, meaning you find the 22 letters within this month to penetrate into the Yud Ke Vav Ke, into that realm that everything is just perfect once you tap into it. And the way to tap into it is by asking for help. Who do we ask help from? So I'm opening the Zohar from the portion of Yitro that relate to Shavuot, related to what we're going to do Thursday night and Friday morning. And it says like this: Ve'Uriel, the angel Uriel, הממונה הגדול, is one of the great angels. וכל מחנות שעמו, and he has with him camps, about 365 camps. לוקחים את האור הזה, and they take in two type of light, משום שכלול משניים, נקרא תאומים. And because there is two type of light revealing in the mass of Gemini, one light is white, and the other light is hidden, it's red. And that two light, because there is two light appear, we call this month Teomim. We call that month Gemini. We call this month twin. Teomim mean twin. For that reason, we call this month Teomim, Gemini, twin, Sivan, ובו ניתנה התורה. And for that reason, in this month, the Torah was given. ומכאן נמשכות בדרגות למטה עד שעולות בשם להאיר את העולם. And that's why it's manifest. So when we look at Gemini, or we look at Sivan, or we look at the angel Uriel, this is just a manifestation of what is happening above. So because in above, you have two type of light meeting into one light, we call these months Gemini or twin, because there is twin light, one white, one red. Where do we find that twin? With Jacob and Esau. Remember when Esau came out, he was red, like the red light. Jacob was Ishtam, was a complete person, or humble person, or naive person. That's what they say about Jacob. So Jacob represent all this light of sharing, of giving. Esau represent all for myself. And why Jacob had to be his twin? Because when you are spiritual, you need to have somebody next to you to bother you, to challenge you, so you can reveal yourself. And Uriel represent those two forces that come down. That's why within Gemini, you have two light. Depends what you want to connect to. If you connect to that type of light, what about me, what about me, what about me, how come nobody love me, how nobody care about me, then the red light is coming down. The red light bring with it fire, blood, red. Or you can connect to the white light with this month, with the angel Uriel, which is bringing, it's coming through, what can I do for the community? What can I do for my teacher? What can I do for my student? What can I do for my friend? What can I do? How can I go out of my way to care about people? Did I lately go and, without knocking on the door, leave grocery next to my neighbor door, without even they know it's for me? Did you do it lately? That's in the month of Gemini, start today. That's what it is. When the last time you give charity, nobody even know it's you? When the last time you bought some gift, nobody even know it's from you? This is really the test, guys. This is where the test. So the angel Uriel is bringing that light, white light on the right. Left, depends how you behave. For that reason, the month of Gemini, some people will complain it's rough and tough, and it's whatever Taurus does, it goes slowly. Gemini, it's very fast. Everything is fast. So if I tell you last month, slow down, this month I said, hurry up with your giving. Don't think too much, just give, and connect to that white light, combine it with the red light, so the red light turn into the vessel, into receiving. When the white light turn into the giving that the universe want to give you. When you think, what about me? The red light been activated, and then it bring problem. Sorry for the bad news. when you activate the white light, how can I give? How can I care? Not, oh my God, I gained 5 pounds. Can think about yourself this month. What about others? What about other people? What about my neighbors? You know, can look about me. Outside there is outside people. They're suffering. You know, today we read the Torah because it's Rosh Chodesh. And the lady passed by. She's doing her morning jogging. And she sweat. She looked at the Torah. She stopped, she looked at the Torah, start crying. Some people didn't see the Torah for a long time. And Baruch Hashem, thank God, we are outside every day, morning and evening. Vital, doing everything in our power to give the service to the people out there. We'll do whatever we can to serve people. And my son looked at me and said to me, it's really hard for people. And I said, you just won the white light, because you just felt the pain of another human being. You know, just to look around and see what you can do. Just to look around and see what you can give. If you cannot give food, give money. If you cannot give money, you cannot give a hug or a kiss down, but you can give like good words. You gotta give something. You gotta give to connect to that. That's the angel אוריאל. כל שאר המזלות, say the Zohar in Yitro, שולטים בחודשים האחרים. All the other sign of the zodiac, אין להם פה ולשון, doesn't have a mouth and a tongue. That's why Gemini love to talk. Okay, whoever Gemini is great with communication. Or terrible with communication, depends. If they go from the red light, they're terrible with communication. If they go with the white light, they're excellent with communication. It all depends on what they do. If they care about themselves, the communication is rough. If they care about others, then they don't think if they're good or bad in communication, they just share. Because what is communication? It's a technique of how to speak better. But if you don't care of how you sound, then you connect to the white light. It's all about getting to that angel אוריאל. יש לו פה ולשון. Say the Zohar in verse 239 that the month of Gemini has tongue and mouth. That's why they say in the Torah, it's in the Bible, in the Torah, that you should study Torah days and night. What does that mean? Days, meaning when things are good. Night, when things are bad. You should study the Torah days and night. Days is the white light. Night is the red light. Okay? So it doesn't matter what you're going through in life. You keep yourself together. And that's why it say teomim. That's why it say teomim. So now you know, you connect to the angel Uriel to the right side, hopefully. I mean, we're not perfect. So if you, let's say you're hungry in this month, you activate the red light. If you're hungry, you can think, how can I make a sandwich for another person? Or you can think about, how can I eat? That's red light. Unfortunately, that's activating the wrong forces. If you're going to a tough time and you only want to receive, you don't want to think about nobody else, then Uriel is the angel to talk to. Resh and Zayin is the letter to talk to. Yudvav KK is the letter to look at. You gotta tap into that energy and ask for help. Ask for help. Listen, I'm getting too selfish here. I need help. I can't get out of it. I just think about one thing, me. You want to make a coffee with somebody else. Everything is about include another person. That's what twin mean. That's what Gemini mean. You can't do it alone. You need the other person, not you can get from them. You need the other person so you can give to. Because if you don't have a chance to give to another person, you're not getting it. You are going back to the red light. Red light brings judgment. War, bloodshed, sickness. We don't want that. We want to share, we want to give. And of course, whoever is sharing in a hidden way, I know it's not fun because nobody knows it's you. Tough. So because this month is the third month from Nisan, set the column balance in this month. And normally Gemini are not balanced people. You're never going to meet a Gemini who are balanced because they have two light in them, the white and the red. Very difficult for them, very difficult. So they want to stay in the center, but they fall either to too much giving or too much receiving. Very difficult. And for that reason, the Zohar come and tell us, ask for the angel Uriel to help you when you meditate. Now, when you look at the book of formation by Avraham Avinu, okay, they explain, according to Bnei Yisachar, they explain, Mazal Tovim, the month of Gemini, is a reflection of yourself. Like you look at the mirror, that's why it's twin. And what is the reflection? Reflection of God. What do you think about God? What do you think about the divine? What do you think about the higher power? First, it's you. How do you relate to your life with that? Are you okay with that? Are you upset with God? Are you disappointed? So you need to know. I mean, one of the things that you study from all religion, whatever it is, medical, when I say medical, understanding of life, you know, your 2 feet is Netzach ve'od. You have one, the right leg is Netzach, left leg is Hod. And Debbie is pushing me to come up with a book of healing, so I'll explain about each organ, what it means, but it's just a lot of work, and please push me or push Debbie to do it, because sometimes I get lazy. I have a Taurus rising. I have Gemini moon, so that's good. But sometimes I get lazy to sit and just put the knowledge and information in a book so people can just take it and have a great life. And the 2 legs represent basically your sense of direction, your sense of moving forward. And for that reason, you know, Gemini normally is always moving fast. Even some of Gemini can be heavy looking, meaning they gain weight, okay? They gain weight because some of the Gemini are influenced by the left column. Some of the Gemini are very slim. They're influenced by the right column. And some of the Gemini is up and down. They gain weight, they lose weight, they gain weight, they lose weight. They're very much, they change in the morning what they like. They wake up in the morning and say, I love cappuccino. 2 weeks after, they can't stand cappuccino. They love Italy, they hate Italy. They love to go to South Africa. Okay, I'm going on a plane, I'm getting a ticket to South Africa. I'm not getting a ticket to South Africa. So living with a Gemini like me, my wife is Gemini, it's not the easy thing, especially if you control freak like me or Scorpio. Not easy because you can't control them. You don't know what's coming next. You don't know what to get them for the birthday. Last year they loved the Black Forest cake. Okay, thank God, that's easy. Black Forest cake, everybody know what the Black Forest. This year they hate Black Forest. So what they like, they want Napoleon. Okay, we're gonna get Napoleon now. We're gonna get Napoleon. So every time is a change of direction because they're jumping from the white to the red because it's in them. It's not like us, we are not Gemini, we tap into that light. It's a living thing that switch off and on from giving and receiving, not in a bad way. Sometimes they have to be a vessel to receive the blessing of God. Sometimes they have to be generate energy, which is giving the light of God. That's why within them, there's everything. So it's a month, it's the 3rd month, which is balance, controlled by the 3rd angel, named Uriel, because the 1st angel is Michael, which is for Nisan, for Aries. The 3rd angel is Gabriel, which is for Taurus. I'm talking about general idea without going into details. And Uriel is the 3rd angel control Gemini. So you have within this month an opportunity. So the 2 leg is always Gemini's, you know, you see the sign look like 2 people, like twin. And the idea is, who do you want to be? And as the famous American Indian story, you know, you have 2 wolves in your head. One is good, one is bad. Which one survive if they fight? And the answer is, who do you feed first? And if you feed in your mind the negative will win. If you feed in your mind the positive will win. You have to decide. It's up to you. Who do you feed? So the reflection of God is what you want to see, which means what you are, that's what you're going to see as a reflection. Now, when we're going to the Book of Formation written 4,000 years ago, Abraham is telling us what God told him, that Gemini controlled the left leg, where Aries controlled the right leg. Now, what does that mean? It means when Aries and Gemini, usually it's 2 signs that can get along very well, by the way. They're both thinking fast, they're both flying very fast from flower to flower. They don't go too deep into think, not because they're not like to study things or to read. They're wonderful, they're just quick. You know, where if you take, let's say, the other left column sign like Leo, like Scorpio, like Taurus, or like Aquarius, they like to go deep into things, to understand that. With Gemini or Aries, they're flying. They're like butterfly. Next, let's experience next. Everything is no big deal. Nothing is a big deal for them. They're just moving on. But there's a big difference. Aries is the right leg. So if you remember the holiday that happened in the time of Aries called Pesach. Pesach after the word Pasach. Pasach means skip over. Because the angel of death skip over the doors of the Israelite in Egypt. So what does that mean? For that reason, you need only one leg. When you want to skip, you're skipping. When you join the left leg, then you're going faster. You have now two legs. But why do we need to have right leg and left leg? Why don't you just put it together? Okay? Because what is happening in the month of Gemini? Receiving of the Torah. So the Israelites were walking from Egypt, the worst of the worst place, not physical place. I'm not talking about Egypt as a physical place today, where Cairo, Alexandria is, or some people say it's India. Nobody knows where Egypt, the mystical Egypt before. So when they left Egypt, it took them basically 40 days to get into Mount Sinai. That's the two-leg that walking. The two-leg that walking toward something. So when you have 2 feet, now you have the right leg from Aries, left leg from Gemini, you have the two-leg walking toward something, toward the direction. Gemini love to know where we're going. As much as they light and is easy going, they sometimes have a control need for information. They're not controlling people or controlling situation, controlling money, food, but they love to control information. One of the things you can do to Gemini to kill them is start a sentence and never finish it. That's how you kill a Gemini. They're going crazy. They need to know the all information. That's why Gemini has to be careful not to speak gossiping or lashon hara or evil tongue, because they have a need to speak. They have a need to move toward the direction. When they don't know where it's going, they lose almost concentration over things. They need to know. They're almost like divorcing that meeting just because they fully don't understand it. But they need to learn, Gemini need to learn to ask questions. You want to know more, you got to ask more. But don't ask more to save yourself. Because a lot of times Gemini asks the question, and it's a good question, but those questions just feed the left column of Gemini, which is red, which is create chaos. Ask question, which is feed your right column, how can you give? So said, I want to know more, so by knowing more, I can give more. That's the right side of Gemini. So they were walking to Mount Sinai to receive the Torah. Now, the Torah was given. It doesn't mean everybody was receiving. Not too long ago, we celebrated the holiday of Passover. I say in Passover that all the energy will be revealed. Everything you ever wish for is on Passover. And day after, that energy is gone. It's only good for 24 hours. Why is God playing that game with us? He gives us everything, He takes it away from us, and He says, I see you in 50 days. And in those 50 days, we're supposed to work on ourselves spiritually so we can build something so strong and solid so we can receive the same light that we receive on Passover. We will receive it on Shavuot, that's happening on Thursday night and Friday morning. So we want to tap into that energy, but for us to tap into that energy, we have to build up. That's called the Omer, O-M-E-R, the Omer, the counting of the Omer, that helping you to capture that energy. So between the time of Passover to the time of Shavuot, you have a chance to build yourself. You have a chance to walk toward success. So if you think about it, it's written in the story that when a baby is in a fetus, is in his mom's belly, they teach him all the secret of spirituality ever exist. Before the baby come out, an angel slap him in his face, and he forget all the knowledge, and he go out and he forgot everything that he studied. So the question everybody asks, especially Bnei Yisrael, why? Why do you need to teach him everything and then take it away from him and then you need to earn it again? And the idea is like this. If you need to study something new that you never knew it before, you will not have a true desire for it to, if you are studied before and now it's gone, and now you are trying to scratch back toward the same thing. That concept in Kabbalah called reshimot, impression. I mean, I'm giving you, I'm taking that away from you, and now you earn it again. So these 3 things that we are happening, I mean, giving, losing, earning. Giving, losing, earning. This is exactly what happening in our time. In Nisan, in the month of Aries, we were giving all the secret we want. That's Passover. Day after, it was taken away from us. 50 days later, which is happening Thursday night or Friday morning, to be more exact, Friday early morning, when before sunrise, that is giving. Now we are earn it to receive it, and it will stay with us. Those are the three categories that exist. Tell us the Blaze Asrar. It's almost like a concept in Kabbalah that called Ibur, Yenika, V'mochin. Ibur is becoming like a fetus in the mother womb. Okay, it's controlled the mind of a person. Dibur, talking, represent the time in our life when we breastfeed or we get fed by mother or father or people. Mochin, livelihood or lights, is when we start talking and we start communicating. The same thing happening with the time of Gemini is helping us to do what we call chakika. Chakika, it's to engrave, is that the right word? To engrave something in us, then we losing it, and then we earn it again. So in the month of Gemini, you have a chance to earn back whatever was yours from the beginning of time. You just didn't have a vessel, you didn't have a container, you didn't have ability to capture that concept that called blessing. And for that reason, the angel of Riel, which is helping us in this month, and also because it's the third month and because it's the month of Gemini, you know, in this time is a tremendous amount of light that you can get, but you got to do something about it. Got to do something about it. What is it you got to do? As I said before, you got to connect to the right column. How can I share? How can I give? How can I stay away from my red side, which is only about me? You know, how can I connect to things that I really want in my life? Do I have a room for those things to come into my life? Did I prepare myself for the blessing? Prepare yourself for the biggest blessing in this month. Because if you don't prepare yourself for the biggest blessing, then when the blessing coming and there is no room, the blessing skip over you and go to somebody else. So just, it's a simple thing. I don't think I need to tell you more. Just beside one more thing is on the night of Thursday night, exactly after midnight, there is a revelation of light at that night. The revelation of that light is called Eliyahu ben Yehoyada, who was the minister of the army of King Solomon and King David as well. Those of you who have been with me, I think it was only Michelle who came with me at that time. We took a purple string around his grave, which was my life dream to do it. And the purple string, those of you who have it, make sure you put it on Thursday morning. Okay, make sure you put it Thursday morning on your right hand. Put it on your right hand and keep it there for 52 days. And you put it and you meditate to connect to that Eliyahu ben Yehoyada. You have to say his name, of course, 10 times. And when you say his name, the soul is revealed itself to you on Thursday night. And of course, clean yourself, of course, before that night. Make sure you don't speak negative, you take a shower and everything. Clean yourself physically, clean yourself spiritual, because that's the soul that will help you doing the entire 52 days to come after that. Very, very powerful. So don't lose that opportunity. It's so easy. You just get the purple string, put 7 knots on your right fist, right hand, and you're good to go. And then you connect to the top level energy for you, and then you gotta say his name, Eliyahu ben Yehoyada. When you say that, that's good enough. Should I go for a little meditation with them?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, so everybody sit, relax. And please see yourself sitting somewhere which is very low, surrounded by mountain. I want you to see yourself sitting in a place which is so low, surrounded by mountain. Wherever you look around you, they're so beautiful, big mountains. There's this beautiful mountain, beautiful sky. And and you're about to receive all the information, all the knowledge that you need, what we call the Torah, all spirituality. The angel Uriel will help us to communicate with the divine. One side of me is how I would like to help, I would like to share. The other side of me is how I'm going to survive. I'm sitting there, surrounded by the mountain, asking from above, help to become better. I'm asking help to become better. I'm asking help to see the good in everything. I'm asking help to change, to become nicer and better to people around me. I'm asking that if there is somebody who want to tell me something that is a little bit critical, or they want to criticize me, that I will be open to hear them. And I'm asking from above, from the angel Uriel, not to criticize people, not to judge people this month. I'm asking for all this help. This month will be the month, not just that God give me all the gift, that I will be capable of receiving those gifts. That's what this month is about. So now going back to that little valley surrounded by mountain, I want you to look at the sky and see the letter Resh and Zayin made from cloud. On the other end, you see Yud Vav K, K made from clouds. You see the angel Uriel flying above you. The 2 feet are together, the 2 arms are together, and the 2 wings are together. Elevate you to the verse that connect to Mercury, Kochav, which is helping you with the Hebrew letters to connect to the name of God. Activating Mercury, create mercy all over the world, opening the gate of sustenance. We know that in this month the gate of sustenance are widely open. All the money is pouring toward you as much as you want. If you're capable to keep the right column open, how can I share this money? It's all available. I want you to choose now, because it's the 3rd month, I want you to choose 3 people that you're going to do absolutely extraordinary giving with them. 3 people. Make sure to make an effort that they don't need to know that they receive gift from you. So choose 3 people and ask the angel Uriel to help you, that the left column of your giving will not be activated, just the right column of your giving, which is will be white and sharing. So think about those 3 people you want to invite into that valley around, surrounded by mountain. Think already right now what you're going to give them. If you never give a physical gift before, it will be a great month to start. If you never give a compliment, that will be a good time to start. We also want to invite the righteous Bnayahu ben Yehoyada, because his soul will be revealed Thursday night and Friday morning. Join me to do the purple string around his grave, giving us bravery, overcoming whatever we need to overcome. Focus on your breathing, as the breathing belongs to Gemini. And slowly, slowly, open your eyes. Wish yourself a wonderful month. Wish yourself an amazing month of Gemini. And may this month will be way better than the months before. And may we see people get better, health-wise, money-wise, friendship. It's time. It is time to think about the other person, not just about myself. That's how I want to be a Gemini. True Gemini force is revealing from this today on. You can slowly open your eyes. I want to say thank you to you for being with me this morning. I know you have a lot of other things to do this morning. It's beautiful weather in LA. I'm sure it's beautiful weather all over the country. But you take the time to listen. You take the time to study. That's already activating Uriel. That's already activating the right column of Gemini. Try to listen to the lecture again because there is a lot of point there. If you can listen to it before Thursday so you can take note to make this month better. Also, if you want to do sharing, write this lecture in your own language and send it to other people and help them to get it. Or you can send a video if they speak English so they can benefit from it. Thank you. Chodesh Tov, and I see you soon.